Welcome to Tales from Surgeon's Hall. Today I'd like to talk to you about a type of parasite called a tapeworm. This is a bovine tapeworm, which means its intermediate host is cattle. Now there are three stages to the life cycle of a tapeworm. First of all, the egg, which will then hatch into larvae, and the larvae can develop into the adult worm. So what happens is that the cattle can consume food or drink which has been contaminated with tapeworm eggs. And once they've passed through into the duodenum of the cattle, that's the first part of the small intestine, the pH of the gastric juices in there can induce them to hatch. So the larvae come out and they attach to the wall of the duodenum. From there they can migrate into the muscles of the cow, and if humans eat this meat and it hasn't been cooked properly, and by cooked properly we mean that it's been cooked for over 5 minutes at more than 56 degrees centigrade, well then these larvae can get into the human intestine, and there they can attach to the wall and develop into the adult worm. The adult worm can live in there for 25 years. It can get between 4 and 12 meters long. And it's segmented. Each segment contains both male and female reproductive organs, so these can self-fertilize to produce thousands of eggs in each segment. The segment will then detach, and these eggs will be passed with the feces, which can then go and contaminate water, which is drunk by the cows, and then the cycle starts all over again. So what this does in the human is to cause things like weight loss, nausea, dizziness, diarrhea. In severe cases you can get intestinal obstruction and anemia. Very, very rarely it can cause incredibly severe things like pancreatitis or gallbladder perforation. So having one of these tapeworms can range from being asymptomatic to potentially life-threatening. The fact that one of the things that can happen is weight loss means that this has been exploited by the diet industry, and unscrupulous companies would sell pills alleged to contain tapeworm eggs to help with weight loss. Though as we've seen, it's actually the larval stage which will develop into the adult worm, so whether or not these were actually placebos is entirely possible. One person who was alleged to have taken a tapeworm tablet for weight loss is the opera singer Maria Callas. She certainly seems to have had a tapeworm, but she did also have a fondness for steak tartare, which is a raw meat dish. And it's prone to harbouring tapeworm larvae, so it seems much more likely that this was where her tapeworm came from. There have been a number of bizarre ways of treating tapeworms historically. For example, putting a tube down the throat with a bowl of milk at one end, and this was thought to draw the tapeworm out. Today, however, you can simply take a tablet which will deal with the tapeworm within a couple of days.